Just waiting for this one to. Hi, everybody. So I'm Tanya Baldwin. I'm from Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self, and I am a registered nurse and an intuitive. I am also a healer. I'm not sure how this is going to work with 3 of the cameras going. I don't know. I hope the connection goes okay. So if you have any issues with the connection, let me know. And maybe, good morning, Jenny. How are you? So I have the general reading for everybody, and then we'll go into individual card pulls. But I'm going to try to keep it within that hour time frame. Ow! Oh, my knee's giving me a little bit of hassle this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, how are you? Let me know if on Facebook, or like if you notice that the feed seems a bit slow or sluggish or anything like that, because I did find a way to go live on TikTok as well as Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and just all of them. A cold again. I know I'm kind of under the weather myself. I'm a little headachy and a little sniffly. I thought I was over it, but apparently it's coming back for round 2. Oh, nice. Canada soccer plays today. Well, go Team Canada. Right, go Team Canada. Okay, so for the general reading, the first card that I pulled was number 4, Higher Power. It is just a beautiful card. Make sure that everyone can see that. So let's see what the message is from the higher power. So the essential meaning is conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. This card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. I actually write that statement down every day. I'm divinely directed and divinely protected. I'm divinely directed and divinely protected. Relationship message. So in the relationship message part, good morning, Linda. How are you, love? Good morning. So it's time to address how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher power, called God, Goddess, Spirit, or any other name that is sacred and holy. Recognize that your partnership with Spirit is your number 1 priority. The appearance of this card also indicates that there is a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. So in the prosperity message, sometimes your work just flows through you. Ideas come rushing in and inspiration bubbles up from a wellspring you didn't even know you could access. When you enter agreements, begin projects, and negotiate deals with Spirit as your partner, you will always succeed. Let your higher power lead. The synchronicities and intuitive nudges you feel will help you see which way you are being pointed, giving you confidence to move forward in the right direction. Don't forget to give credit where it is due. You wouldn't be a success without Spirit's guidance. Humility will serve you well when this symbol appears. So pretty good message from that card. But let's see the other cards that came up, because I peeked. I'm not gonna lie, I peeked at the cards. I did a little cursory read through, and there's some tough messages are coming through this read. So stay tuned for the big message. So the other card that I pulled in the other deck was number 32, which talks about connectivity, the jeweled web. So approaching any oracle requires you to come with certain expectations. You're either looking for confirmation of what you already know or attempting to shed light on what eludes you on the obvious path you're on. You're asking whether you will reach a desired goal of some kind. You're rarely able to see beyond memory or projection. And so naturally, everyone comes to the oracle with a narrow perception of what's possible. Imagine that the answer to your question is not about landing at a particular destination, meeting a goal, connecting to a special lover, reaching an end game, or experiencing anything specific. Instead, you discover a shimmering web of jewels you didn't know existed. The world is interconnected in a living web of energy. It isn't possible to know how any of it works, but know this: What is in your highest power, highest good is a sparkling jewel that lights up for you among this web of possibilities. You just need to know how you want to feel and choose this consciously. We're going to just tap. I'm going to tap, get some likes going on the screen, spread that video out there. The only one that we have to worry about doing that on is TikTok, is getting the likes. Take your focus off getting anywhere. Practice feeling and being in a place where your desired experience has already come to pass. Who will you be when this is true for you? Can you be that now? Feel that now? Practice that. The better you know your path within this web of life, the more it will light up for you. It is celebrating you already. So, jewels of good. Yes, jewels of good. So, I don't know why it's telling me to swipe right on this thing to filter comments and swipe. It's just giving me an overview of how to use TikTok Live, which is flashing. It's kind of getting a bit silly. So we want to access our higher power and just know the path that he's sending us on. This is where it got interesting, actually, is through this next card and this one. So there's some definitely hard lessons that someone's going through right now. So the card that I pulled from the tarot to support it was number 10 of the 10 of swords. Sorry, the 10 of swords. Painful endings, crisis, being stabbed in the back, an opportunity to find deep healing, an opportunity to find hope and resiliency. The 10 of swords comes to us in times of blinding truth, when delusion is lifted. Sometimes the truth is painful because it indicates backstabbing or personal loss. This card can make an abrupt end to our current path, an abrupt end to our current path and a jarring resolution in the form of a broken relationship, a blocked dream, a fractured partnership, or a discontinued career path. While these endings feel severe in the moment, the most potent seeds of hope are always planted in their place. Remember that our wounds teach us about our greatest strengths and illuminates our innate ability to heal. Your dark night of the soul will be met with a beautiful new dawn that is filled with more light than you've ever experienced. Remain open to love and joy as you process this ending and look to the sunlight that awaits. Watching the sun peek over the horizon is the highest task of a bruised heart. I am healing every day. Right? So there's definitely somebody's gone through a huge transition. The one that this card is for, or this particular one, maybe for the collective as a whole, we've gone through a significant amount of loss and trials and tribulations as of the last few years, for sure. And I'm sure that that's put in some loss for a lot of us. So in the astrology, because I said we were going to learn a little bit about astrology, but then I found that the cards definitely end up supporting the reading anyway. They always do. They always support the reading. So number 33 is the South Node. So we're going to find out a little bit about what the South Node is all about. And then we're going to see how this message relates to the other three cards that have been pulled. So the South Node describes what you bring along from past lives, your skills, proclivities, addictions, weaknesses, unfinished business, and a physical place within your body where you may hold tension or ancient karmic stories. The lunar nodes are the points on the zodiac where the moon's orbit crosses the ecliptic. When the moon, sun, and earth exactly line up here, a shadow mysteriously covers the sun or moon and creates an eclipse. The ancients thought a giant creature cast those shadows and referred to the nodes as the head and tail of a dragon. Where the moon descended toward the south is the dragon's tail. Good morning, Ryan. And good morning. Facebook user. I'm not sure who that is. I know one's Justin. I know one's Justin for sure. And Linda, I feel like what cartoon, or not cartoon, but what children's show was that where she'd look through the moon and say the names of the people that she was seeing? Oh my gosh. Definitely this, whatever is going on with me has got my brain a little fried, but I see all these people. Okay, so the action of this South Node and how this is going to apply to the reading thus far. So this situation has its roots in some past karmic pattern, the origins of which are not clear. You either need to apply skills that you were born with or look again at old problems and work to heal them. This situation feels hauntingly familiar, but without a story to go with it, echoing traces from another time or life. An old love, a familiar enemy may return, or the patterns involved could remind you of an earlier difficult chapter. If someone triggers your South Node, Romper room. That's it. Thank you, Jenny. I see Jenny and I see Ryan on romper room. Thank you. Squirrel. If someone triggers your south node, you may feel like you owe them or they owe you. And while that may be true, this accounting won't help now. Cleanly deal with what is on the table and stay in the present moment. Learn new ways to respond, new skills that help when old trauma is triggered or cravings sing their siren song. Break that spell. Use breathing techniques. I can show you some. I can show you a lot of different breathing techniques. Use breathing techniques. Where's the rest of it? Investigate dialectical behavioral therapy or do something unexpected just to break those patterns and give you more options here and now. So dialectical behavioral therapy, it's all about mindfulness. I can show you that stuff too. Thank you, Justin. You've been through a few sessions of breathing with me, that's for sure. So stay focused on a healthy future of your own making. The challenge, under stress, you may fall back on familiar defenses and relive what you've always lived. PTSD, flashbacks, and addictive habits are relationships all operate around your self node. The gift, use this opportunity to heal triggers and patterns from the past. Take them as teaching moments and learn. Then your hard-earned skills and wisdom can help you build your future. So someone's come along or some experience that's really tough came along, and it's that healing motion. It's a karmic, there's a past karmic event that this is being brought up, that this is brought forward, right? So you're healing through that, and you want to remember that there's this connectivity, right? There's that jeweled web of connectivity, but most importantly, to access your higher power. So do meditation, do some breathing. Hello, Jeanette. Aww. Yeah. Oh, I hope you're doing okay. I hope that you're on a healing journey for that, for sure. So besides the general reading, the future is definitely now. The future is in the current moment. It's all collided, right? It's all together. So I now open up the floor until 10. So we got around 45 minutes in which I'll do individual card pulls. So if you want a card, let me know and I will pull a card for you. But we can also do some breathing exercises. A really great breathing exercise for PTSD is the box breathing. And you can do the box breathing in a box 4 or any size of box, but the box 4 is probably the most common box. And it's interesting right now, I have 4, 5, 6, and just the numbers in order. So Jenny, of course, I'll pull a card for you. So just let me know. And if you're on Facebook, there's a possibility that I won't see your name. So if you could just say your name as well, so I know to pull a card for who I'm pulling a card for, because I channel your energy to pull the appropriate card for you. Yes, you do tease me, Justin. So now that we've got three whole setups here, I can't wait till my new desk comes in. I got this beautiful desk. Hi, Frank. Would you like a card pulled, dear? You see, I shuffle like crazy. I'm pulling Jenny now, though. Good morning from Ontario. Me too. So the change in the wind for you, Jenny. Okay. So we'll start my list. We had Jenny, then we have Frank, and then we have Amanda. Now, every time Amanda asks for a card, we end up getting another Amanda. Holly, good morning, Holly. Awesome. And Jeanette, perfect. All right, we'll get a little list going here, and now I'm going to read your card, Jenny. Number 12, a change in the wind. I think it's self-explanatory a teeny bit. I can definitely put you on the list, Judy. The Santa list. The Santa list, right? I like that. Beautiful. Okay, a change in the wind, Jenny. So, and Holly, I put you on the list as well. So I sense that unseen change has been initiated. Preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like the zebra stripe. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. Relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other, and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. These rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better and to know what you need to truly be happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from the drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. In a prosperity message, as you endeavor to create a prosperous life, you may encounter unexpected reversals that cause you to shift directions. This is a good thing, so there is nothing to fear. Perhaps an opportunity you sought went to someone else. Perhaps you've pursued something that you suddenly realize is not in your highest good. You might not be 100% clear on where you need to go, but you are certain that things are not going as planned. Circumstances are not in your control right now. Wait it out. All will be well. Even better, actually. Trust. So it's a pretty good message, Jenny. And it does speak of like stuff like is coming up that's, maybe not going to be good. But I think, with the rest of the reading that we had for the collective, just, lean into that, those doing like breathing exercises, being in the present moment, meditating, looking to your higher power for some clarity around the situation. I think that will help. And if you ever get distressed, this is one of my favorite ones to share with people because it's really easy to use for anxiety or for if you're having like a PTSD situation or your panic's rising up. And that's just to do this figure 8 around your eyes. And you just keep doing it until it causes you to yawn or to swallow, like it'll trigger your parasympathetic nervous system. So you'll get either a feeling of rest or digest comes on board. So that whole swallowing or yawning feeling, but it's just going around and you can go in either direction. It's whatever is for me. I have to go this way because otherwise I poke myself in the eye apparently. And hard or soft, right? So you can do it in either way. But yeah, and if you need any help with that, definitely connect with me. Okay, so I'm gonna put my glasses back on, otherwise we're not going to be reading very well. So Frank, this is your card. Okay, dear. Yawn. There's definitely magic in the world. Apparently I can't shuffle this morning. So Frank, this is for you. My eyes should be fine. Oh, Frank, I like this card. Chop wood, number 42. I don't even need to look at the number of it. Chop wood, number 42. Let's see what your message is. I know what the general meaning is for it because I've read this card. I've got this card a few times and I like it when it comes up because it's really reminding you that now is the time to be grounded in your everyday experiences and to lean into humility. But it's also about doing those little chores that we don't like to necessarily do, right? So there are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning trees is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blossoms when it's in full bloom. Good morning, Phyllis. And you're welcome, dear. Oh, have a great day. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to be to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Take your attention away from your goal brings you to a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you seek. So when we think about energy in that terms of like the masculine energy is that go, 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 that drive, that like that definite like like that action, right? That very much action state of energy. And then yin is the receptive state of energy, right? Male giving and female receiving. You have to have both of them in play, right? So when we step into that female energy, that's when we receive sometimes enlightenment, sometimes we receive direction or guidance, and or inspiration comes to us in those moments, because we step into that receptive state rather than do. We go into the just being state. So nothing is important right now as just doing what you need to do today. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be a hard one, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke. The work and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple. Just be present. How funny it takes work to just be. All is well, really. And the prosperity message, now is a time to take small steps rather than large leaps on the journey to creating your most prosperous life. Move your focus off your big dream and attend to the mundane chores. Focus on the little things that have piled up while you've been mapping out the greater plan for your life you aspire to see manifest into reality. Chop wood, carry water, as the Zen proverb advises, or wash dishes, walk the dog. While you're doing all of that, Spirit will have a chance to move mountains and set wondrous miracles in motion for you. Remain humble and aware of the present. So there you go, Frank. That's a pretty good message. I like it when that comes up as a message. Every day I pull an oracle card from this deck and also from my astro deck, just because I want to learn more about astrology for sure. And when I get the chop wood, carry water, I always follow chop wood with carry water when I pull the card. I know that that's a time to just, stop doing the dreaming and the planning and do those little tiny, mundane tasks that need to occur during the day. It's kind of like a reminder to file your taxes or, write your to-do list, and then, check off the things that maybe aren't as inspirational on the list, and just, maybe today's a content day, creating content for stuff, or, it's cleaning up your house or organizing your shelves, or, that kind of a day. But that's okay. Those days need to happen. Again, when we take our focus off that goal that we have, oftentimes, you got a new dog. Oh, I love dogs. I have a dog too. I'd like to take him for walks. But I can't say that too loud. I'm surprised his head didn't pop up. So this is for Amanda Avila. By the book number 11. We get this card quite a bit. Okay. So this is not necessarily going by the big rule book, but a different rule book. This is about those the big laws in the world. So abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, universal laws. The universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting on instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them rather than being a rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it will be easier to go by the book this time. Relationship message. Getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. Find the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want them to. Your connection will deepen as a result. Prosperity message. At this time, you can expect a return on your investment. Whatever you have pursued, be it a dream you've long cherished, a skill you've cultivated, or a service you're called to, will come to you if you're willing to go by the book. You don't need to reinvent the wheel to be successful. Follow in the footsteps of others who have already achieved the things you're striving for. You can learn a lot by observing the structures that are already working. Your creative projects and commitment to prosperity are in alignment with the needs of the world, but impatience may tempt you to cut corners to get there more quickly. Stick with what you know works, and you will attract abundance. So good message there, right? Sometimes we do. We just have to stay by the book, do the book. So this now is going to be Jeanette, and then Judy, and then Holly. Okay. And if anyone else wants a card pulled for them, just let me know. Put your name in the chat, and I will pull a card for you. And if you're on TikTok, if you can tap, tap, tap on the screen, it gives likes and then it spreads it out. Hi, Renee. You sure can. I'll put you on the list after Holly. And Tara, you as well. Perfect. And Ashley. Can you pull a card for me? Can you let me know what your name is? Because I just see, can you pull a card for me and Facebook user? All right. Jeanette. I have to make sure I have to sign across the names off so I know. Yeah, I just see, can you pull a card for me, but no name. So when on Facebook, because I'm using StreamYard on Facebook and is in the actual message from it, but because Colleen, I can pull a card for you, Colleen. Unless you've, hello, Rita. Toronto, nice. I'm about an hour and a half east of you on Rice Lake. Oops, I totally pulled your card. And then I shuffled the deck again, Jeanette. But your card is right there. And it was observer in protection mode. So I'll show it upright so that you can see the card and how it actually looks. So it's the observer card. But I pulled it in the protection state, okay? And I can pull a card for you, London. Right after I get a drink. Okay, Jeanette. Oh, nice, nice. I love Rice Lake. It's a beautiful little lake. Okay, so Jeanette, number 49. Back on track. Number 49. So the essential meanings, I read that section and I'll read the oracle message. But what you want to pay attention to, Jeanette, is going to be the message that I read at the end, which is the protection message, because that's the state that I pulled it in. Okay. So the essential meaning is perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is the perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. So the protection message, which is the message for you, Jeanette. Ever think sometimes your life options are suction cupped to your face and you can't see beyond yourself? There's a big world out there and a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at present. So you're a little stuck. It's time to get advice from someone you trust, someone who has a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are needed now before you move forward. Take heart. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to drink it in. You just need a little help widening your scope beyond your small self. So it's really good to get advice from other people, but know the people that you get advice from. And I always talk about this. I'll put you on the list, Tammy. When you go for, like, I used to have my two friends, like my two besties, and I would go to one if I wanted a certain type of advice, or I wanted, because my one friend was, I'm going to basically agree with you, and I've got your back. Let's burn this place to the ground. Like, she was my ride or die. Like, when I was going through a relationship problem with my toxic previous relationship, she was like, I'll come over, we're going to throw all this stuff out and we'll have a fire, we'll burn all this stuff, right? Like, she's that ride or die person. The other friend would be like, okay, but there's two sides to this story. So what, like, she would want to know the whole thing, and she would try to, play a little bit of devil's advocate. Like, what did you do? What did he do? Like, maybe it wasn't all you, but she was still more than likely, be on my side of things. But you have to be careful who you're asking for advice from. And the other thing to remember when you're getting advice from somebody, they don't have the emotional involvement that you do in whatever situation that you're looking at, right? I have you on the list, Tammy. The next one is Judy, and then Holly. You're down on the list a little bit, but I will get there for sure. Yeah, so it's just be careful with who that you're getting advice from, and remember that they don't have that emotional connection, so their emotions aren't in there, which allows them to give a very objective viewpoint. But you do have to remember that heart energy isn't there, right? So maybe, just maybe, to consider that, right? Don't just take what somebody gives you as advice like as a blanket. So the card that I pulled for Judy is All That Glitters. And I pulled it in the protection state as well, but I'll show you the card upright just so you can see how pretty it is. Number 16. Okay. All right. Number 16. And then after Judy is Holly, then Renee, Tara, Ashley, Colleen, London, Tammy. Okay. All right. So you know where you are on the list. All right. You're so wonderful. Have a wonderful day, Jeanette. All right. So Judy, All That Glitters in protection mode. Okay, so again, I'll read the initial message, and then I will read the protection message, and that's the one that you want to pay attention to. So a need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. The oracle's message: it's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or person? So this is the part to pay attention to, Judy. This is the protection message part. So this is a signal to walk away from what you're contemplating. There is a thin veneer of glitter and sparkle that masks something rotten underneath. Pursuing it will only bring about a difficult situation that you will be sorry you got yourself into. Stay away. Isn't it wonderful how spirit protects you? Better things await. So whatever you're asking about, it's not a good idea to go for. It may look really good, may seem really great, but underneath it's not. It's like fool's gold, right? It's that kind of situation that's there. Hi. Yeah, he's probably going to cause you more pain than good. A long term is what that card's really saying, is that it might look like it's a good thing, but at least at this time in the form that it's in, that doesn't mean that. And the reason why I never say it's conclusive is because if somebody goes on a healing journey, they're going to show up completely different than what they are now. So that would be a different version of that person. But currently at the version that they're at, it's probably not. It's going to just cause you more pain than good. If there's a reason why he's not in your life at this point, then that's probably the reason why you should stay out of your life. Well, as you know, we're just going to take that as be conclusive there. Just throw a whole bunch of them around. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, after Judy is Holly. Okay, so this is your card, Holly. I know why I throw them on the ground. It's so that they get all turned around, and then you end up having like a protection message where you wouldn't have. And Jess, I put you on the list, love. For some reason, Holly, that's the card that called to me for you. Number 35, Loyal Heart. I very seldom pull off the top of the deck, but for some reason, when I shuffled them, that card was the one that had just the energy behind it. So Holly, this is for you, number 35. And I pulled it upright, so I'll read the 3 messages because I'm not sure if you're asking in relationship or if you're asking in career. So I'll read them both. Okay. The essential meaning is fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. The Oracle's message: evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. Like I said, I write that statement down every day. Every day I write that statement down. I am divinely directed and divinely protected. Just to cue, like for an affirmation of sorts. Your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. The prosperity message. Your long-term loyalty to your goals is becoming evident in the world of conditions, where your aspirations for success assume form in reality. Success is finally taking shape. If you are loyal to your dreams, faithful to your plans, while remaining flexible and devoted to serving others, you will be shown proof of your true prosperity. This is a time for a joyful celebration of Spirit, your manifestation partner. So I hope they like that message, Holly. But yeah, as long as it's aligned with you and you're being loyal to it, right? Though just small steps towards your dream and it's going to come to fruition. It's definitely aligned with you. And the same thing with relationships. You'll see a lot of people that are near you in your relationships who are loyal, and be as loyal. Hi, you're back. Be as loyal as you can be in those situations. So Renee, this is yours. Renee, Tara, Ashley, Colleen, Tam, London, Tammy, Jess. There's the order. So Renee. New life in protection. So I'll show the card in the upright position, but it was in protection mode. So I'll read the message for the it's number 39. You can also look at the numbers. I hadn't said that. And I have a cool thing to talk about. So today's the new moon. The new moon is in Sagittarius. And tonight I have a Facebook group called the Divine Feminine Healing Collective. And tonight I will be doing a new moon ceremony. And in the new moon ceremony, I go over the sun, rising, and moon signs and how the new moon in Sagittarius will affect you based on what your moon, sun, and rising signs are. Then I do oracle card pulls for the collective. So, just another oracle card pull for the new moon. And then I do an energetics healing session, which is a combination of, sometimes I smudge, sometimes I use incense, but I always have crystals, and I always do a meditative journey that kind of walks you through like a healing thing or a manifestation thing of some sort. So that's what I'm doing tonight. And I also have like a new thing that I'm going to announce soon. So you're going to have to stay tuned because I'm super excited about it because it's in such good alignment with me. All right. Back to Renee and your card. So the first 2 messages, like the essential meaning and then the oracle's message, I'm reading them for just general information. You want to listen to the protection message. So birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. The oracle's message. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around and in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight, birds return home and sing their glorious song, and nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. Now, the protection message. This is for you, Renee. You must acknowledge your inexperience and gently allow yourself to be like the delicate new bud opening. It's okay to admit you may not know something. You are at the beginning of things and haven't yet hit your stride. Be immersed in the newness of it all and don't try to rush the learning process. New life has its own timetable for maturity. Be here now. Life loves you. So a good message. And I think we can all use that. Being a child, or having that youthful, approach to life, being, childlike, it opens us up to knowledge and learning and experience, right? If you want to learn something, best way to do that is as go into the mindset of, I don't know, right? If you don't know, then you're going to be open to learning what you can know, right? Yeah. Sometimes you do have some bad luck. So this card is for Tara. No, that one's the one right there. You're welcome. So the card that I pulled for you, Tara, is Go the Distance and Protection Mode. And I know I've read Go the Distance already once today, so I'm just going to read the protection message for this, which will help us get a little further along. So the protection message. So obviously going the distance is, like all about life is not a race. It's not a sprint, right? It's a long, and if it is a race, it's a long distance race. So, about pacing yourself. Make sure I'm on the right one. Okay. So the protection message. Do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert now for ages and ages and nothing is happening? When you conjure up the image of a desert, you picture parched lips, sunburned skin, and mirages. But there is more to it than that. Amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skins, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for water so they may survive. This is a time of developing survival skills and resilience. You are learning now how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of austerity, it's wise to be selective about where you expend your energy. Listen to the call of your soul because it will never lead you astray. This is an important time for letting go of what's not important. So I love this message. This is actually the card that I pulled for myself in protection mode today. So I was reading this already this morning and saying, so you're just, really, I don't know if you get that gut reaction, right? If I looked at your human design, I could tell you how you make decisions, right? But for most of us that are generators in human design, we listen to our gut and that we get that either that or that feeling to us. And anything that isn't a is a no, right? You want everything that aligns with you in that kind of way, right? So when you're asking yourself about, what you should do throughout the day or what lines up with you or what is working for you, you want to look at hi, John. You want to look at what resonates with you in that kind of way, right? What really lights you up. That's the stuff that you want to go after. And yeah, just let go of the stuff that doesn't really fit with you and just do those things. So next is Tara for a card. And then after Tara, Ashley, Colleen, London, Tammy, and Jess. Okay. You're welcome, Renee. Hi, John. How are you? Welcome. I finally managed to figure out how to do it on and get everything on all of them so that I could go live on Instagram. And what I do in this is I do a collective reading at the beginning, which is already gone by. And then I open up to card pulls for individuals. And I do that for an hour. And I'm trying to be really good with my timing now. I will go over a little bit to finish the list that I have, but I am trying to keep it just at an hour. And I'm live Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. So the card that I pulled for you, Tara, is to be fair. To be fair. Number 38. So let's see what the message is for that. So I'll read a few of them. Good morning, Maggie. I would suggest a test to check and see about that. There's a lot of ways I could tell you how to get that clarified. So the essential meanings of your card, Tara, is, make sure I'm on the right name again. Hi, Tara. Balance, justice, a need to consider options, mutual benefit, the law of cause and effect. Life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing, yet over time, they strike a balance. You move from being, from stasis to doing, from discovering to loving to letting go to being again. Life is a pendulum swinging between all those states. You will always oscillate back and forth between doing and being. If you are not content with where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. Accept them without judgment, and you will see how the universe adjusts in perfect balance. You reap what you sow. For every cause, there is an effect. Wondrous things will be revealed now. In a relationship, can you find a way to achieve fairness right now? This is a time for listening as well as speaking, for understanding as well as asking to be understood. There is much to be learned, and you will learn that if you remain open and objective, weighing options and considering all sides. Your heart wants to connect to others, so allow for a balanced exchange of ideas and actions. The best kind of relationship is the one in which there is mutual benefit and each party feels heard, valued, respected. Be fair to all. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Now is a time for even exchanges. Justice will prevail and you will be treated accordingly in all your affairs. You will be able to negotiate fair settlements. Mutual gain is the gift to you and your partners and colleagues. This is also a good time to square your finances and take stock of how you're compensated for your work. This card signifies balance, justice, and negotiations. So remember that all things must be fairly recompensed. Keep this as your truth, and so it will be. So it's really just about being fair, right? It's not just all me, right? But it's that fairness of both parts in whatever relationship or partnership that this could be around. You just want to make sure that you're weighing their side as well as your side. And with every relationship or partnership, right, always look at the relationship and say, like, what is my ultimate goal for this relationship? An itchy eye. I have an itchy eye. What is my goal for this relationship, right? So if you get into a disagreement with somebody and it's somebody that you barely know, right, then your level of interest in maintaining that relationship is going to be small. So you're probably not going to put in a huge effort to resolve it. But if this is your love partner and you have an issue within it, then you're going to want to take a little more time and be cautious about what you're doing with the relationship, because you don't want to cause more hurt, right? So it's just that kind of thing. You want to take your time and think about the relationship and what your ultimate goal is. Right? If your ultimate goal is to have a good relationship, then it's not about who's right or wrong, right? It's not about keeping a score or a tally. So now is Ashley, and then after Ashley is Colleen, then London, then Tammy, and then Jess. Aw. All righty. Oh, we had this card already today too, a change in the wind. So this is for Ashley. A change in the wind. Number 12. Number 12. A change in the wind. So remember, you can keep tapping on the screen and that gives likes to spread the video out. Aw, you're on. Thank you. I'm glad that you love listening to me. I appreciate that. So essential meaning, a sense that an unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. Hi, Lennon. I'll see if I have time. I won't go too long past the hour. No, I did not. I scratched my eyeball. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain. I put you on the list though. Sorry, Lennon. I did put you on the list. We'll see if I'll try my best to get to you. So We'll go back and start that sentence all over again. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra stripe. That's our homeostatic impulse. We want life to stay the same because outside of the familiar, we think that it's unfamiliar, and unfamiliar represents fear or uncertainty. And we're hardwired to stay with the familiar because we've predicted that the familiar is safe. The problem with that is that with our bodies, we get into that situation where we get accustomed to the chemical reactions that we have going on. So if you're in a toxic environment and you're become, really, that's your familiar. That toxic environment is your familiar. The chemical reaction that's in your body becomes familiar, and you actually become addicted to it. So when we're looking at that, like with we wanting to want the world to remain consistent, the problem with that is when you are in that situation where you're in that unsafe environment, that's become familiar, and those chemicals have become familiar, because then safety feels very scary. So we have a hard time leaving that, and we will go and look again for another toxic relationship. So we get that chemical rush. Right. We want to stay within, that we want that epinephrine, that adrenaline flowing in our blood. We want all of our cortisol. Come on, dump me with the cortisol. Right. So just be cautious with that just because it's familiar doesn't mean it's safe. It could be just we feel safe because it creates that same chemical reaction. So that's why we stay within it. That sometimes things that are scary are what we need to go towards, because it is the unfamiliar, and our familiar has been unsafe. So the unfamiliar would be actual safety. Okay, just my little moment. So nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation, as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with their desires and expectations. Stay the course, and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things to come. Hi, Smriti. And nourish the soil for better things ahead. I'm well. How are you? Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. So there you go. That was a pretty good message for you, Tara. Or Ashley, sorry, for Ashley. Now is Colleen. Hi, Colleen. So how are you, dear? I see you're tuning in from YouTube. You could subscribe and like and hit the bell icon. Then you'll know when I'm coming live. Woo! Throwing that on the floor. Throwing that on the floor. So Connie. Or sorry, Colleen. I don't know. I sang Colleen. Colleen. This is Colleen's card. Higher power. I'll show that there and there. Beautiful higher power. Okay, so let's see. Colleen, say it the right way this time. Colleen. We read this morning because this was the card for the general reading. So I'm going to skim a little bit with it, not to reread the entire thing, but I'll read the oracle's message for it and the essential meanings. So conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. This card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit. Foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good for all, and how can I serve it? Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you have ever known. You are always protected and divinely directed. Okay? So just remember, and with relationships is asking you to just look into your relationship with the higher spirit, to lean into that, And then also within prosperity and stuff like that is looking at how can you serve the collective? You know what, it's about more than just, you know, how can I make a dollar? How can I make a profit, right? How is what you're bringing into the world benefiting humanity, and and lean on your higher spirit, like connect to your higher spirits. And that would be lean on your higher spirit, like to link into that, get into that divine connection. Oh, my thing telling me to get moving. No, my thing telling me to get moving. All right. Hi. So now is London. Are you still there, London? I know that there's a possibility that you've taken off. You're welcome. So London, Tammy, Jess, and then Lennon, I think. Okay. Okay. You're welcome. Yay, I'm so happy. I look forward to seeing you tonight too. So tonight is my new moon event. So that's going on in the Divine Feminine Healing Collective group on Facebook is the new moon in Sagittarius ceremony. So if you're not a part of that, definitely join me in that. Okay. So for London, I pulled regeneration, number 46. So I'll just show it to all the feeds. Number 46. What time am I doing that? That is going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern. So 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Maritimes. There, we went across the coast, coast to coast. All right. Regeneration 46. I can't wait to talk about like the big announcement that I have to make, but I'm trying to bite my tongue to make sure like I'm going to just do it at the right time, that I'm going to do it when I'm ready to fully bring out the whole announcement. But I'm like, I want to say it so bad. So essential meanings though is rebirth, second chances, and new opportunities. So this is for you, London. Thank you. So the second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This birth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. Relationship message. Yeah, it's on Facebook. I'll see if I have time, Smriti. If not, I am back tomorrow at 9 a.m. I do Monday to Friday. I actually changed it. I was doing every day, 7 days a week. I was doing these lives to do the I did rise from the ashes. If you knew my story and knew the things that I'd been through, they tried to burn me. They tried to burn me hard. But you can come at 9 a.m. every day. I do the collective reading, and then I go into individual readings Monday to Friday. I've taken the weekend off because I need to have the time for my energy to rejuvenate. On the weekends, though, I might be doing paid reading sessions through TikTok. So there's an opportunity to have a card read by doing a gift exchange, because there has to be a give and take. And right now I'm doing this as a free thing. So yeah, there has to be that energy transfer, right? So back to you, London. I'm so sorry that I get sidetracked. So the world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment, you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. In prosperity, what happens when it appears you failed at something? Do you see the beauty in the lesson? The understanding that arises from difficulties is like a seed that lies dormant for a time. Then, once it germinates in your subconscious, it pushes through into your awareness. It is becoming apparent that there is a new you, a new start. A more powerful version and form of what you began to plant in the garden of your imagination has surfaced. You are ripe for success. Now opportunities, much better than those that came before, appear like gifts from the gods. Now is the time when out of seeming loss and failure comes remarkable abundance. Do not dwell on the past because you really are experiencing a rebirth. So quite amazing. Nice. Sorry, I was reading the message and I got like kind of just blank staring at the message going, do I understand what that's asking? Yeah. You'll have to clarify with that a little bit more, or send me a message or a voice message about that, Murph. And because I'm not quite understanding entirely. So if you send me a little message, then I'll be able to do that. And I also have paid readings available. So I do I have a paid reading thing that's available, but I also, if that's something, if you want to actually get like a huge reading, it's a 45-minute oracle card reading session that I do. So there's that option as well. If you don't want to, just wait for a free card pull or to grab a card on the weekend. So after London is Tammy, and then Jess, Lennon, and we'll see if I have time to get to you, Smriti, because I'm already at the hour. But maybe we'll just close that as the end of the list. If you're still there, let me know, okay? All right. So Tammy, this is for you, dear. Yang. Pull it back a little bit. Just show there. So it's time for action, my dear. Let me see that card come up. That's definitely an action card. Hi, John. The masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now. Relationship message. Circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there is movement toward your highest good. So go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. Projects, partnerships, and all matters relating to your business are out of the obstacle phase and now onto the make it happen phase. Now is the time to stake your claim and get things done. While you can expect to be busier than usual, this card tells you that you have all the energy and vitality you need to accomplish your goals. Abundance is waiting for you to claim it. So really good message. Really good message for that. I don't have people join my live, and the reason for that is I allowed that once, being a bit naive in my early TikTok experience of going live. I think it was one of the first lives that I went, and I used to do this trauma talk, like walk and talk, and I would talk about, like mental health, and I would talk about depression and anxiety and PTSD and like trauma stuff. And so this person was like, like, can I talk to you? I need your help, like that kind of thing. And so I allowed them to come on. And then it was just this big whole joke about, like basically mocking or minimizing, trauma and making light of it. And so I don't allow anyone to join my lives on TikTok unless I know you, and I know who you are, and I know what you're planning on contributing to my live. So that's that. So now is Jess. So patient, Jess. Hanging around waiting. And then after Jess is Lennon, and then if Smriti is still on YouTube watching, I can pull you a card, and then we'll close it down after that. Okay. So hi Joanne Graham, friend. All right. Jess, happy, happy. Number 26. Jess, happy, happy. And at 104.34, probably 104.44 by the time I get to reading it. 44. Right? I love the happy already too. So the essential meaning, joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. The oracle's message, your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You're free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment. For you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside yourself. Your happiness is as a result of your being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing in it. Relationship message. There are moments in a relationship when you just feel good about whom you're with and you know that your heart is wide open to befriend, to love, and to care for another without wanting anything in return. This is the kind of happy that you just want to share. The appearance of this card in a reading tells you that joy and contentment are here now, not somewhere else or off in the future. The grass is greenest right where you stand. Be grateful and delight in your relationship, and if you're seeking one, be happy now. Happiness attracts more of it, like bees to honey. Prosperity message. This is a time to take pride in your accomplishments. You are doing good work, providing exceptional service, and are well compensated for it. The world rains gratitude upon you, and you're happy with the results of your efforts and creativity. Isn't it amazing to consider all that you have done? Remember your partnership with Spirit in this moment, too. Your soul has always known you could accomplish anything if it brought you joy, right? And when we align with joy, when we align with things that light us up, those things that, and I talk about this numerous times, I always say how if I was to get a deck of Oracle cards, a brand new deck of Oracle cards, when it comes in the mail, I'm like, ee! And crystals, like you should have seen me. This is the one that I wear on the full moon. So when I do ceremonies, I actually wear a tiara. So this is my full moon one. And when this came in the mail, I was just like, oh my God, I was so like jumping up and down and just like absolutely, because I love crystals, right? So find the things that light that joy, that spark that enthusiasm, and everything comes to you when you're in that state. Everything will flow to you, right? So now after Jess is Lennon and then Smriti. I showed the one that I wear on the full moon, not the one that I wear, because you have to join me in the Divine Feminine Healing Collective for tonight's full moon, or for tonight's new moon ceremony to see the one that I wear on the new moon. Right? I love it. I love it. I love my crystals. I love them. All right. So this is for Lennon. If you're still there, Lennon, let me see you. I hope that you were able to stick around. Oh, is Lennon there? Is Smriti there? A good teaser. A good teaser. Yay, new moon. No, I don't think of crystals as dark. I don't really think of them as dark. But if you knew right now, so I have all the crystals for Sagittarius. So the new moon today is in Sagittarius. So I have all the crystals. I have 7 crystals in my pocket right now that are the crystals for Sagittarius. And new life. Okay, so new life in the upright position this time, because I'm pretty sure the last time I pulled it, it was in protection mode. So new life. Birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around and in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight, birds return home and sing their glorious song, and nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. Relationship message. New energy enters old relationships, and new relationships are bursting with sweetness and vibrancy, only encountered when winter gives way to spring. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion, and hearts full of joy. This card is a very auspicious sign with respect to love and partnerships in all forms. Prosperity message. You have every reason to be optimistic right now as things seem to fall into place magically. New opportunities remind you that abundance is available to you. Delight in the bounty that begins to appear in surprising forms. Stay curious and know that your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. It's as if new life suddenly infuses your projects, work, and creative ideas with a kind of electricity that crackles with exciting potential. Fortune is smiling on you. And that's nice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm like, I've never really heard of dark crystals. I mean, dark magic, maybe. I mean, if the intention behind it is something dark, then yes, but yes. I pulled specifically the crystals that are specific for Sagittarius. So Sagittarius crystals are black obsidian, they are citrine, sodalite, labradorite, carnelian, and amethyst. Pyrite. Had to think of the seventh one, and pyrite. So right now I have those crystals in my pocket, each one of them. So just cool, right? So Smriti, I didn't see you write down that you were still there, so I'm assuming that you left the reading. So I'm not going to pull a card because you're not there. So yeah, sorry, but you're welcome for that. New life, very prosperous moment, just definitely lovely. Yeah. Hi, Beth. Hi, Beth. So yeah, so that's all the cards that I had scheduled to pull, or the people that had asked for cards during the time when, that I was good with that. And it is now 10:12. So, I want to try to keep it within an hour, but I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. And you can more than certainly, after the general reading that I do for people, you're more than welcome to put your name on the list for a card pull. And I go for about an hour after that. And like today, we're at an hour and 12 minutes, but that's fine to go over a little bit. So I will be back then. And then for those that are on TikTok, on the weekend, I will be doing a gift exchange for an oracle card on that day. So if you don't get in on the weekend, if you definitely want to ensure that you're going to get a card, joining me on one of the weekend shows and doing that exchange, that energy exchange by giving a gift for a card, that's an option as well, because then you'll definitely get a card. I make sure that anyone that does an exchange like that gets a card. But that's all for today. I love you guys, and I'm sending you some great energy on this Sagittarius new moon. Jupiter's all about luck, and so it's a lucky time for manifestation for sure. And Sagittarius energy, it's all about travel and education and, spirituality. So if you're looking in your life right now, look at manifesting within those, or you can even look in your chart and see where Sagittarius would show up for you in your chart. I think Scorpio, you would be in the 12th house. So you're looking at the end of the season. No, sorry. The Scorpio would be in the second house. So for Scorpio, the lady that had marked down that she had Scorpio and rising or moon or something, Scorpio in your chart twice. I can't remember what the third one was. Let me see here. You said, no, I can't even see it. That's funny. I know she wrote it down. Okay, there. Taurus sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. So for you, the Sagittarius moon is showing up in your second house, and the second house of finance. Finance. So it's looking at your money, like how money's showing up for you, how your money mixes with other people's money. And so you could be really looking at like your job or career, and manifesting in that area. So manifesting money in financially. And then Taurus, oh my God, I have to do the math on that. Capricorn would be 12th house, Aquarius 11th, Pisces 10th. So 9th house for Aries, 8th house. So it'd be in your 8th house, for Taurus. So look at how what you would be manifesting in your 8th house. So that would be that. But I love you guys, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for attending. And I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m., like I said, and I will see you then. And if you're not a part of my Divine Feminine Healing Collective, it's on Facebook. You can search it out, Divine Feminine Healing Collective, or you can look for me, Tanya Baldwin, and Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self online. And through that, I can get you the link, or you'll be able to see it. Oh, I love it. Look at those beautiful flowers. I love it. Aw, I'm so happy to see you too, Dragon Witch. I love it. I call myself like the nurse witch. Although I think, somewhere along the line, I'm probably like a green witch or a kitchen witch or something like that. A green witch or a kitchen witch. If you see the plants in my house and I'm always wanting more, I think that's what gives me the green witch thing. But my money tree over here, he survived the trip across the country. He's doing all right. Good morning. Good morning. So yeah, anyway, I'm off for now. If I don't leave now, I'm going to keep chatting. I'm going to keep shuffling the cards. And next thing you know, I'm going to start pulling more cards for people. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining. And I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. Have a beautiful day. Okay. I love it. Haha, plant witch too. I love it. I'm the tiger. If we go with Chinese astrology, I'm the tiger the year of the tiger. And yeah, year of the tiger. So I guess I could be a tiger witch. Look at my stripes. Time to roar. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a great day. And no, I think I hit the wrong one there. All right. That's that one. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.